So there's all this talk about quantum mysticism, about how the observer collapses the wave function of a particle and gives it its location or yeah its material expression. It's led a lot of wide-eyed idealists to try and grasp onto this and to say that reality isn't real, or that or matter doesn't exist, and or that nothing exists until you observe it. And so I should wonder if there's any air molecules around me, if there's any oxygen molecules, and I can't see any of them. In fact, I don't think I've ever observed an oxygen molecule face to face. I've seen drawings of oxygen molecules, but I never saw one. But wait, watch this. Holy shit, did you see that? I just breathed in oxygen and breathed out carbon dioxide. Wait, let me do it again just to make sure. Wow. Dude, I can actually interact with things I can't see. But of course, how do I know it's oxygen? It's just, I'll know that I breathe in something life-giving and breathed out something that my system expelled. It could be anything. But then some scientists are able to do some experiment with it, and able to tell that okay, there's actually two oxygen molecules together, and then he does a further chemical analysis of the air and finds that there's actually all kinds of other molecules in the air too, not just oxygen. That it's actually mostly nitrogen, but my system doesn't use nitrogen for breathing, so it just goes in and out in the same quantities. If they further find that there's also carbon dioxide in the air, that I breathe out carbon dioxide after breathing oxygen, that also the carbon dioxide levels are increasing in the atmosphere and have been since the Industrial Revolution, and makes some conclusions about that which actually have strong policy implications. And there's and so you then further takes it down by looking at the effects by testing the effects of the structure of an atom, and finds that there's these things called protons, neutrons, and electrons. And they use a particle accelerator to accelerate these particles and discover more about their nature. And then he used some double slits to discover that these particles have this wave particle duality to them. And some people want to take that double slit experiment and make that the whole story, and ignore all and say that it invalidates all the other observations we've made about it. But there's nonsense. That the point is that observation is not just about being empirical. Is not just about this one-time immediate observation. It's about all the observations you're able to do about something, and that if you do this test, you will get this result, and that's how science works, and that's how we formed this composite sketch of what we're perceiving. Now, of course, some scientific materialists have taken that the wrong way and assumed that reality is only that which we measure with scientific instruments, and not and tend to ignore actually the immediate felt experience. And the point is, you have to take that into account as well as also realizing that the experimenter is part of the experiment. Actually, as one comment to Cashify, I was just wondering, if you truly believe that reality is an illusion, then how do you even trust the scientific instruments that were used to conduct this quantum eraser experiment? I mean, they're illusory, right? So how do you know the quantum eraser experiment isn't an illusion? Yeah. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But I think the point is that observation takes on many different aspects, and you don't necessarily have to observe something yourself in order to have the data with you. And most of our knowledge is actually provisional knowledge. We know it because we've read it somewhere, and William James talks about this. You eventually, sometimes you you eventually cash in on that knowledge. You know, something like you read about say Thailand, you know, and look at its history, and then one day you go visit there, and then your provisional knowledge about Thailand is suddenly cashed in. And you actually see it for yourself, and so that, you know, but most of our knowledge is never cashed in. It's always someone else. We heard from some other source, and so we have to take their word for it. I've never actually seen a quantum eraser experiment. I've never conducted it myself. How am I supposed to know it exists? Well, because there's these reputable scientific journals that said it did, and I trust them. So, yeah, I mean, so that's the thing about empiricism. It's a composite sketch of reality, and this I and the whole, you know, idea that it's just immediate observation that creates reality ignores the fact that there's this reality available to us, and that for me really is what matter really is. It's not that matter is something that exists independently of our senses, and it's not that it's something created by our senses. It's something that makes itself available to our senses. It's there for us. We turn our heads, and the same wall is there as when we last looked. That is what matter is. It's not, you know, the whole, you know, is the wall there when I'm not looking? It doesn't matter. It's there for me whenever I repeat that experiment by looking back. It's available to me. There's a consistency to it, and that is what the material universe is about. So that's my thoughts for now. Peace.